And as we get closer to the final phase of the E-Invoice implementation, we will be coming up with simple guides to assist AutoCount users to implement the E-Invoice as seamlessly as possible. Alright, so in today's video, we're actually going to be looking into two sections. So in the first section, as you know, after an E-Invoice is validated, you will not be able to change it anymore. So inside AutoCount, the developers have developed an extra layer of security where not all users can approve and send the invoice to be validated. That means, let's say today I create an invoice. Come and create an invoice right now. Okay, so I can select my customer as per normal. So let's say I will select Redfield Properties. Okay, and then from here I can press the item codes that I want to sell. So let's say I want to sell vinegar. I can say how much the price. And the most important thing is also you have to make sure that there's a classification code here. Okay, so if your items are not part of the tax relief categories, then it should be 022. Right? So if you can see here, instead of saving or approving, there's this thing called submit for approval. Alright, so in the security access right and who can do it and who cannot, that will be another video. Alright, so in this video we just press submit for approval. Okay, so now it's done. So if you can look at here, all these invoices are waiting for approval. Okay, so for me, as this user, I will not be able to approve all these invoices. So it's everything under here called waiting for approval. So let's say we log in as an administrator. So log in here. Then we change this to admin. Okay, so what happens is now I come to invoices here. So as a approver, I can come here, I can check individual invoices, and check it, I can edit it, and I can make changes to it because it's still not ready sent to LHDN. Alright, so let's say for example, now I agree and all these invoices are okay. So I can just press check all and then I can press approve. Okay, so we can press start. Alright, and then we're done. Then we just press close. If you press all here, now you can see these are all valid, and then all these are also now valid and valid again. Okay, so all these invoices has got their own E-Invoice. If I want to preview here with the E-Invoice, you can see there is a QR code which will link to your LHDN website. Okay, so the next thing, of course, let's say example, we made a mistake or the customer has come back and said there's an error in the invoice. Alright, so if it's within 72 hours, the user can come in here, say this for this invoice. I can press the word void here. Okay, so within 72 hours, you can press void here. You say I want to cancel, yes, and say amount was wrong. Okay, so press OK. The system will then show E-Invoice stated as cancelled, what date and what time. Alright, so let's say example now if you want to preview with the E-Invoice, it will still have the QR code at the bottom here. When we click the link here, it will tell you that this invoice has been cancelled already. Okay, so you cannot reuse the invoice number and you cannot make it validated again. Alright, so in an event where it's more than 72 hours, then you must create a credit note and then do a new invoice again. Okay, so this is actually how AutoCount can manage the risk of all users validating the invoice, as well as how we can void an invoice if there is a mistake. If you have any further questions, do leave in the comment below. Alright, thank you.